Hi guys, Nutmeg here, Saturday, March 2nd, 2024. So here we are in Pisces season, and this day is just so representative of what Pisces season feels like as I contemplate here. On my contemplation log, it's about 5 p.m. and it is unseasonably warm, about 6 degrees right now, and I'm contemplating the dreamy feel that's happening with Pisces season for me right now, which is I am very much up in my imagination, and this particular day is, I'm hoping the camera picks up, but it's quite foggy because it's so unseasonably warm. So there's this really great dreamy like feel right now, and now combine Pisces season with the 3 energy that's happening, of course March being the 3rd month of the Gregorian calendar, but also we are going to be entering the 3-3 portal tomorrow, March 3rd, 3rd day of the 3rd month. And the significance of that is the 3-3 portal happens a few times through the month of March. It happens again on March 12th because 1 plus 2 is 3. March 21st, the spring equinox, as we go into spring and enter into Aries season. March 21st, 2 plus 1 is 3. And then once more in Aries season on March 30th. So the 3-3 portal is open. And the significance of 3-3 is that of creation. So where we are right now on March 2nd is at the very tail end of winter in the northern hemisphere, and in the astrological year it's the last few weeks of the astrological year before we start a new one in Aries and the spring equinox, and the power of the number 3, when we think, to sum it up, is the number of creation. So you can just think about it personally and what the number 3 comes up for in you, as far as, pop culture or cultural beliefs, like very simple things like mind, body, soul, the Trinity, mother, father, child, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, those kinds of things. So it's all about collaboration. But today I'm going to focus, just because we're in this Pisces energy and I'm focused on the dragon. We're in the year of the dragon, but there's also this wonderful fantasy-like feel right now, because in Pisces, of course, they're known to be the dreamy sign, but they're also the sign of creation, because they're the 12th sign of the zodiac, which also has the number 3. Their ability to manifest is really amazing because they combine both the imagination as well as put emotion into that, and that's how you manifest things. And the more powerful part of this is that we're in a universal year 8, because we're in 2024. If you add those digits together, it's 8, and 8 is the number of manifestation. So even though you do have to go with the flow, this foggy feeling that you might be experiencing right now, your reality is going to be what you create right now. You have the power to create. So I'm encouraging lightworkers to embrace the archetype of the child, which is a good archetype for the 3. There's many that you could choose from, and you go with what works for you, but I'm talking about the child today just because we're looking at this dreamy little dragon and the just fantasy like feel that's happening right now, and we are in Year of the Dragon. Sorry, I had to pause there as someone went by. As I was saying, as far as the Year of the Dragon and just this fantasy like feel, it's your ability to co-create, and I encourage you to co-create with the enthusiasm of that childlike feel of no boundaries. Take off the shackles and no matter, really, the power is so crazy right now with these both astrology and numerological powers at influence right now, that you can really co-create anything you set your mind to. But it's dangerous because you could look at this scenery in one of two ways. It's certainly both of the realities exist. It's barren in its death and its decay, and it's muddy and it's dirty and it's remnants from last year that is just littering the ground, and fallen trees and mud in the middle of this little thing here, and falling down little teepees that the childhood kids made, and those kind of things. Or you could look at the possibilities. You could also focus on the clean water that seems, not clean water, but the new water that's coming up here, suggesting new emotion, and the fact that the miraculous thaw that I'm experiencing, because I can't remember the last time we came into March with no snow where I'm at, is just reminding me that there's a thawing going on underneath where we cannot see, which is the same thing that's happening with us. So you could also look at the potential of what's occurring here. Once the fog clears and once we're able to see what's occurring with the growth that's happening underneath and the buds that we'll soon be able to visualize both on the trees and within ourselves, it'll all become clear. But it's an uncomfortable little time because both perspectives are possible when you're looking at the same thing. But I encourage you in the Year of the Dragon to focus on the possibilities. I know they always say dragons are a fantasy, but I don't know. Who knows? There's so much that we don't know. So yeah, just focus on what's possible instead of what's not. And if you need to remember something about the power of the number 3 and number 8, if you want to think about it in terms, now numerology isn't based on the shape of numbers, but a good trick to remember it is when you think of the number 3. So I'm going to just draw a number 3 here. You could think of it as two arms reaching out, and if you think of thoughts of how you want to create things, two arms reaching out. And so two arms reaching out saying, this is what I want to create. You can kind of think of this as this little head. And then you think of the number 8, that we're in a universal year. And how do you create the number 8? Well, it is a completion of the number 3, right? So it's almost like the 3 is a half representation of the 8, or you can look at it as the 8 is a mirror representation of the 3. And what is the number 8 but the number of manifestation? Because it's the number of infinity. It just keeps going around and around. So whatever you're thinking of right now, the power to create it is very much there. And so just watch your thoughts and make sure that they're as positive, and don't be afraid to dream, because the energy is there with the magic of the power of the dragon and the Pisces magical season of being able to manifest things, the number 3 and the number 8. So I wish you well, my light workers. I hope that you're having a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this nutmeg perspective. I know it's a little bit odd, but hopefully that helps you understand the powers of the energy available. Sometimes it's hard to communicate and verbalize, but I think it's important to pass along the energies of the ancient information, because it can be so helpful on our paths. So I hope that's helpful for you. Love you lots, my fellow light workers and nuts. Have a great weekend.